Growing up, I realized the importance of language at an early age. To me, it was like currency as a kid. It was how we make friends, follow instructions, ask to go to the bathroom or a pencil. I immigrated to the United States at about 6 years old, so my English was like non-existent. And immediately I was going to school, first grade, I think. It's funny because I got placed into an ESL class with other non-English speaking students. So the predicament I had was I was learning English, but I still couldn't speak to the other kids because they were learning English as well. So we all could communicate with one another. And even though I was surrounded by so many students, I never felt so alone because I couldn't communicate with any of them. So in order to learn English, I started reading children's books, and then that's when I noticed I was using a lot of code switching. If something didn't make sense to me, I would try to figure out in Vietnamese first, and then I put it into a similar context that I would understand in English. So over time, I noticed that I was thinking in Vietnamese, but I was speaking English. So once I graduated ESL, I was placed in regular classroom, and this was where the challenge happened. The dialect that normal kids was using was completely different from what I was taught. I had classmates who would refer soda to pop, and then some have really hard southern accents. By the time I got around to, learning slang, oh my God, it was game over. My mind was like a sponge, absorbing all these new dialects and words and terms I never heard of before and beginning to incorporate them into my everyday language. And like I said, language was the currency of grade school. So once I would, grasp the concept of English, I was surrounded by friends. It was like I was finally able to speak. It was truly a wonderful feeling. But I am a strong believer in alchemy's first law of equivalent exchange, when we have to lose something in order to obtain something of equal or greater value. So with my improving English, my Vietnamese was about to flatline. I was losing my first language, and it was a real struggle to communicate with my mom, who doesn't know a lot of English at the time. So for me to keep my roots, my mom sent me to an after-school Vietnamese language course, and everything just went full circle, And I have to admit, even now at 23 years of age, my Vietnamese is still at an elementary level, but it's it's good enough to order food or ask for directions if I'm ever lost in Vietnam. But the biggest takeaway for me was language and communication impacted my life so much because I can voice my opinion. I could communicate to my coworkers, and the worst thing to have as an adult is misunderstanding and miscommunication.